Christine with gaugegirltraining, an online meal planning and coaching service. I'm a food scientist and chemical engineer, and today's topic, we are talking about why you are not losing weight, and I'm going to reassure you that it is not your willpower, even though it may feel like that at times. It is directly related to your hormones. So I want to thank you guys for joining the live stream, and if you're catching the replay, that is cool too. I would love it if you guys would comment where you are from. Hey, Deanna, what's up, girl? Comment where you are from. I would love to know. So this video is dedicated specifically to my ladies who are over 35 years old, and this is nothing against the young folks watching, but this is more tailored to the ladies over 35 years old. And if you have been crushing your workouts, if you have been cutting your calories and you're still not seeing the scale move, this is your wake-up call, and I'm here to tell you that it is not about your discipline. It is not that you are lazy. It is directly related to your hormones. Have any of you guys ever felt like your body is betraying you? Have you ever felt like there's just a level of fatigue, stubborn belly fat, perhaps mood swings, cravings at night, and it almost just feels a little overwhelming, where at one point in your life, the idea of losing weight felt easy? Have you ever been in that place where it used to be easy, but now there's just a different level of fatigue, a different level of just, it feels like your body is fighting you? And please comment me if you are in that book. Comment me if you are in that book, and let me know if you guys can hear me. If somebody can comment if the audio is okay, because I can't see any comments on the screen. Maybe it's a setting, chat filter. All right, top messages, all messages. There we go. All right, so if you guys could comment where you are from, I would love to know so I can greet you. So today we are, oh, thank you very much. Today we are talking about why you're not losing weight, and it has nothing to do with your willpower. It is related to your hormones. So the thing is, you guys, if you are frustrated with your body, if you are frustrated, and even if you've had lab work done and it all comes back normal, hey, Tori from Denver, Colorado, normal is not the same as optimal. I'm here to tell you, my friends, normal and optimal are two completely different things. And there's a myth when it comes to willpower, because the thing is, calorie cutting does not work long term. It is not a long-term solution. And women are prone to blame themselves when biology, it feels like it's fighting you, because when you go too low in your calories for too long, here's what ends up happening. Your body is depleted of the key nutrients it needs to rebuild those hormones, to replenish and get your body metabolically healthy. So if you're watching this and you don't know what the heck's going on, you're probably not getting enough dietary fat. You're probably not getting enough dietary fiber. You're probably not getting any cruciferous vegetables. You're probably not getting any vitamin D. You're probably not getting enough magnesium. You are probably not getting B vitamins. You are not getting enough calcium. You are not getting the key nutrients that are going to be necessary for your body to not only release stored body fat, but in order for your body to continue to grow. So the thing is, you guys, cortisol, the stress hormone, equals fat storage. How many of you guys watching this right now know without a shadow of a doubt that you have been dealing with higher than normal stress levels? And be honest, my friends. You can comment me. Hello from Scotland. If on a scale of 1 to 10, if your stress level is anything north of a 6, and it's going to vary person to person, but I'd say if any of you guys have stress over a 6, when I say over a 6, meaning it's to the point where it impacts your sleep, it's to the point where it impacts your appetite. When I say it impacts your appetite, meaning it may make you hungrier, it may make you lose your appetite, it may make you crave things that you know you don't even really want, but it gives you that temporary comfort because you just can't cope with the stress of your reality that you are dealing with. And if that is you, you are not alone. However, dysregulated cortisol that is left just to go rampant and you don't do anything about it, you guys, it is killing you slowly. And it is making fat loss absolutely positively impossible. For those of you guys just joining the live stream, my name is Christine Haranik, food scientist and chemical engineer, and today we are talking about why it is so hard to lose weight for women and it's not your willpower. And I'm here to tell you about your hormones, and I want to talk a little bit more. So cortisol is one major thing. And if you guys are liking this topic, and if you have ever received any value from my YouTube channel, you guys, I would love it if you guys could take 2 seconds to give this live stream a thumbs up. So what do you do to manage cortisol? So number one, you certainly need to be mindful, but practical things you can do to lower cortisol is I want you guys to start taking apple cider vinegar before any carb-rich meal. I would like you guys to take at least 1 tablespoon. I would like you guys to start increasing your dietary fiber. Your dietary fiber should be a minimum of 25 grams of dietary fiber per day. Minimum. Non-negotiable. I want you guys to start looking at your fiber numbers on MyFitnessPal. Pay attention to that because it's going to make a very big difference. I want you guys to stop abusing caffeine. And I'm not saying you need to have no caffeine. There are some folks who do need to eliminate that entirely. Hello from Atlanta, and hi, Tori. I'm so glad. But a lot of times you have to remember, if you're using caffeine is an energy substitute. And a lot of you guys are sleep deprived or you are in a sleep deficit. Do these tips still apply to men? And the answer is 100% yes. This content is a little bit more curated to women, but you can absolutely gain something here. The next thing is you want to improve your sleep. So this is why I'm talking about caffeine. How many of you guys watching this find yourself reaching for caffeine in the afternoon more frequently than not? And I say this because if you're constantly relying on caffeine to get through the day, it's typically a sign that something is inherently off. You don't sleep and you don't drink caffeine. So if caffeine is not a factor, but you're not sleeping well, I definitely encourage you guys to start supplementing with magnesium glycinate at nighttime. If any of you guys have been utilizing my supplement line from the Gauge Life line, you guys will know, number one, that the magnesium is a game changer. And magnesium allows your body to come to a place of calm. It supports deep, restful sleep, and not all magnesium is created equal. A lot of magnesium types out there have a tendency to not be as bioavailable, which means they have a laxative effect. So you want the magnesium glycinate, 2 capsules, 400 milligrams at nighttime. And you guys can save on the Gauge Life website with code GL10, and it's GAUGE life.com. The next thing you guys want to understand is that if you are in a sleep deficit, you have to get that straightened out. I don't even want you guys to start thinking about dieting. Get your sleep in order. Get your sleep in order. That's going to naturally help to lower your cortisol. Now, the next thing that you want to start paying attention to, my friends, is insulin, because carb timing and poor blood sugar control is going to block fat loss. So let's say you're eating 1,200 calories a day, and in your brain, you're like, I'm eating 1,200 calories. I should be losing weight. But if the composition of those calories is primarily carbohydrates, and even though they may be healthy carbs, like you could be eating sweet potatoes, you could be eating bananas, you could be eating fruit, just because it is a real whole food, it is going to impact your insulin. It is going to certainly do that. And the thing is, when you don't time your carbohydrates properly, carbohydrates are very good for building muscle. They're very good for giving you a boost of energy for training. But if you are not training, if you are not walking, if you are not doing any resistance training, they are going to spike your insulin, raise your blood sugar, and it's going to facilitate fat storage. You said magnesium glycinate, 400 milligrams, but if you overtake it? Doesn't it deplete other minerals? I do not have the studies that support that. And what we are going to do is we're also going to talk about estrogen dominance. And if you are just joining the live stream, I want to welcome you. My name is Christine Haranik, food scientist and chemical engineer, owner and founder of gaugegirltraining, and online meal planning and coaching service. Estrogen dominance. Estrogen dominance is also another factor that leads to stubborn weight in the hips, thighs, and lower abdomen. So estrogen dominance can be managed specifically by regulating your fiber and by including specific phytonutrients. So what does estrogen dominance mean? It is something that means your estrogen is high relative to progesterone, and this can even happen in menopause because, as you guys know, when ladies go into menopause, their estrogen levels decline. However, if that estrogen is high relative to progesterone, you're going to be in fat storage mode. Does coffee affect cortisol levels? It can. It certainly can elevate them is if you abuse it. Now, the thing back to the estrogen dominance, if any of you guys have labs and your doctor has told you your labs are normal, there is nothing wrong with you, there is an online calculator. I can find the website. I don't know it off the top of my head, and I can do this for anybody who asks me for free. There is a ratio between your estradiol levels and your progesterone levels. And if you calculate that ratio, even if estrogen is normal and even if progesterone is normal, you can look at that ratio, and that ratio will tell you if you are in fact in a state of estrogen dominance. And there's a lot of ladies who don't know they are or are borderline. And any of you guys can book a free complimentary discovery call with me. Just comment on this video call. You have to comment on the video once I publish it, or you can message me on Instagram for the call, or you can email me info@gaugegirltraining.com for the call, or you can go to my website, gaugegirltraining.com. All of this to say is, do those levels change often? And the answer is yes. They are fluctuating constantly for women. You want to look at those ratios. Now, if you are going to get this professionally tested, you need to know one thing. The time of the month matters. So if you are still getting your cycle, you want to test estrogen and progesterone on days between days 19 and 21. Anything outside of that range, your labs are going to be invalid. So ladies, if your doctors are telling you that your labs are normal and they did not specifically tell you to make sure you got those values tested on a specific time window of the month, I'm sorry, but those labs are not valid. And that data is misleading. That is the only window in the month where those relative levels can adequately be gauged. So please keep that in mind, my friends, days 19 to 21, with day 1 being the first day of your period. Now, we talked about cortisol being off. We talked about insulin being off because carb timing is everything. And if you have not yet read my book, I was trying to see if I had a copy of it next to me, Unlock Your Macrotype. I go into all of this in great detail. The book is I think it's like $20 on Amazon. You can buy it at Barnes & Noble. The book is called Unlock Your Macrotype. That's a really great resource for those of you guys who want to learn more but don't want to spend a lot of money. Okay, so the next thing that you want to look at is your thyroid as well as your leptin. It's a slowdown that nobody is talking about, and there are a lot of signs that you need to start paying attention to about whether or not things are off with your thyroid. You should get an entirely full thyroid panel, and the thing is, the doctors are not going to voluntarily give you this information unless you ask for it. You have to be your own advocate here. Leptin is another big issue, and if you are persistently eating highly refined processed foods that are engineered to bypass the hormonal signals of your brain, you are going to find yourself stuck in fat storage mode for a very long time. So what is the key? How do we shift our hormones to support fat loss? The first thing you want to do is focus on stabilizing your blood sugar. You need to focus on your carbohydrate timing. You can have carbs, even for my ladies who are a macro type 5, which is closer to the ketogenic approach. You still can have carbohydrates in that regime, but they have to be timed accordingly. It can't just be based off of what your mood feels like. There is a way to time them throughout the day to optimize these things, my friends. And I have seen this early. I have seen this often where people just have no clue about nutrient timing. People have zero clue about meal timing. They have zero idea that they should be getting more dietary fiber. Why do you need more dietary fiber? The thing is, dietary fiber, if you have these hormone imbalances, when you have your cycle every month, your body has the opportunity to dispel excess circulating hormones. Now, if you are irregular with your cycle, maybe perhaps you're in perimenopause, or let's say you don't even get a cycle anymore. Let's say you're in menopause. If you are irregular for whatever reason and your body is not naturally dispelling the excess circulating hormones, particularly estrogen, what you're going to find is that your body is not only going to continue to gain stubborn hormonal fat in the abdomen, your body is not having the opportunity to release that, and therefore you're not having the corresponding progesterone spike. So when all of these things happen, my friend, how can you manage and manipulate that using your nutrition? Well, the key is dietary fiber not only lowers your cholesterol, it allows the liver to naturally detoxify excess circulating estrogens. It's very profound. It makes a very big difference. You will start noticing an increase in your stool volume. Now the thing is, when we think fiber, some of you may not know what the heck I'm talking about. Some of you may think green veggies, and that's good and that's a start, but fiber is so much more than spinach. Fiber is chia seeds. Fiber is flax seeds. Fiber is almonds. Fiber is avocado. And if it's hard for you, because you may not be looking at food from the lens of dietary fiber, I think a lot of people are now attuned to the fact that, okay, let's look for good protein, because protein is very important. And don't get me wrong, protein is extremely important and very helpful for muscle building and all of those things. I'm specifically talking about stubborn hormonal belly fat that does not go away. Fiber is the key. So 25 grams is the minimum, but when I detoxify my clients and reset them hormonally, I strategically elevate those fiber levels. We do have a really good product, the Gauge Life Prebiotic Fiber, which has 10 grams of fiber in one serving. It's flavorless, so you could put this in coffee, you could put this in soup, you could put it in tomato sauce. Like, it tastes like nothing. You could mix it into your eggs, and then whisk them up and then cook them. You could put it in anything. So that's going to be a very essential tool. But if you're listening to this and you're like, Christine, that all sounds great. Maybe you're taking notes. Maybe you're taking mental notes. But you're like, I don't know what the heck to do. I don't know how to eat. Maybe you're on some medication. Maybe you have some food intolerances. You would be a great candidate to do the summer challenge. In the summer challenge, which starts on June 9th, you guys are going to have the opportunity to get 6 weeks of custom meal plans built specifically to you. They're built specifically to you. How to jumpstart my diet for a caloric deficit. I would encourage you to join the summer challenge. Again, you'll get 6 weeks of customized macros with custom meal plans, detailed meal instructions, detailed grocery lists. You will get a workout for your macro type for home or gym, which will be app-based. You will get a weekly group Zoom call. You get to participate for prizes. And my friends, you're going to just have the opportunity to see real change, have real support, and have real accountability. There are spots available for those of you guys who want to upgrade to include coaching, but this is a great value. You guys can sign up for our early bird discount on gaugegirltraining.com. But guys, if any of you guys are hearing me, but you got questions or you have lab work or there's something specific you want to talk to me about, I will gladly talk to you for free on the telephone. I have limited spots, but you can grab a spot because there are a few more spots left this week. And all you need to do is book a complimentary discovery call, because I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to understand what's going on with you, and I'll present what options I have available to you. I have packages for every budget. And for those of you guys who are on a budget, there are payment plans available for everything on my website. So keep that in mind. And with my payment plans, you can divide everything into either 4 payments or even 12 if you need to. So my friends, I don't want anyone here to feel overwhelmed that they need to pay for everything up front, because you don't have to. So visit gaugegirltraining.com to book your call. or sign up for the challenge. But friends, please leave your questions. And before you guys leave this live stream today, I'm going to ask you guys a huge favor. Just please give this live stream a thumbs up. That's all I ask of you. I believe there's 3 dots on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you guys could do that, it means the world to me. I don't ask you guys for much. Thank you, whoever just thumbs up it. Thank you, thank you. Have an amazing day, my friends. I have to go to an appointment now, but I will be back. I will be encouraging you guys. And just last but not least, please keep this in mind, and I mean this sincerely. Don't lose hope. I mean that. Don't lose hope. If you have like low-key given up on yourself and you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, and you feel like you're just over the hill, or you feel like you're at an age where it just doesn't matter, and you've almost got comfortable feeling overweight. Does that make sense? Have any of you guys just got so comfortable wearing baggier and baggier clothes, and you don't like getting your picture taken, and you're just at the point where you don't feel cute, you don't feel sexy, you're just kind of like just trying to get by? I'm telling you, my friends, invest in getting to the root cause of your challenges, because a doctor is not going to tell you this. A doctor wants to sell you medicine. They want to sell you drugs. I am trying to teach you guys strategies that are going to heal you for the rest of your life. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And for those of you guys who know me and have worked with me, you know that I mean that sincerely. If you want to change, it's going to have to be a lifestyle change. It is going to have to be something that you proactively pursue. But I'm here to tell you, and to you, Valerie, I see your comment on the screen. There is hope. I help ladies early. I help them often. I can't tell you guys the joy. And like, I've literally cried 3 times this week talking to clients specifically who have told me they've never felt better in their lives. These programs have changed their marriage. They have told me that they feel like themselves again, and they felt like they lost themselves. And if you're just so used to putting yourself last and putting yourself last and putting yourself last, and to the point that like, if it doesn't have something to do with your significant other, a family member, a child, a coworker, your work, maybe a pet, and I'm being serious, if you just put everyone first and you just get so used to being last on your list, my friends, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And what's it going to take for you to start making yourself a priority again? Do you need to have a cancer scare? Do you need to have a stroke? Do you need to have something debilitating happen to you? And I know I'm coming across really strong right now, and I'm saying this because I have a lot of family members and loved ones who are dealing with very serious medical issues that I wish I could have shaken them to their core 5 years ago to get their nutrition together to have prevented all of this stuff. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I know that there's, in a room with this many people watching, I guarantee you, each of you knows someone whose health is declining. Do you not? How many of you know someone in your life whose health is declining in a very serious way? And you know, had they had taken their health more seriously, things would not have gotten to this point. And 999, if you're so overwhelmed from so many issues, you book your free call. You book your free call with me, and we'll talk about it. I will sort it out, and I will get you to a point where you can wrap your head around it with a target, with a plan that makes actual sense. And you guys, every plan is custom. You do my challenge, every plan is custom. Not anything is cookie cutter, nothing is duplicated. I am making sure that I understand what you need, not what this person needs, not what that person needs, what you need. Rose Delgado, where can you buy my protein? You can buy my protein at gaugegirltraining.com. Thank you very much, Deanna. And Valerie, if you are overwhelmed, girl, book your free call. I will talk to you. And if you don't want to do on the phone, you want to do Zoom, I will Zoom with you. Please take me up on this option. And the thing is, you guys, if you never buy anything from me, and that's fine, I will still talk to you because I love you guys. I love what I do. And I have been blessed with the knowledge and resources to understand how to make this make sense for real women who need real answers and are leaving their doctor's offices in tears because you feel like shit, you know your body's off, you can't lose weight, The doctor just wants to sell you meds, and you know that there's got to be a better way. Let me help you. So my friends, book your free call, go to the website to sign up for the challenge, and let me know how I can serve you, friends. Have an amazing rest of your day. God bless. Take care, friends. Bye.